TLDR, we have Web Dog jerseys. They are ready to go. You can get them from Animal Customs. Get your own Web Dog jersey. Links down there exactly where to go to get it. All right. Okay, we got rid of most of those guys, so let's talk about the jersey itself. One thing I'm trying to avoid here is the artiste problem. That is somebody who draws a really bad teacup and then accompanies it with 20 pages of text explaining why it's art. I don't want to do that, but at the same time, this is kind of a throwback, kind of an homage. It's a throwback jersey, and I've kind of cobbled a whole bunch of things together to do this, so let's talk about that. So I guess it's kind of a content show after all. It's not just advertising. Anyway, so let's talk about the jersey itself. I listened to you guys, we took a poll, and we went Tiger Stripe. I was pushing for the Halo jersey. I really wanted the Halo jersey, but you guys said let's go Tiger Stripe, and after kicking around some designs, and one person made the comment of, you know, less is more. I can't argue with that, so I figured, okay, if we're going old school, we're going old school. We're going to go with the black sleeve look. That's why I dug this out. This is the black sleeve Tiger Stripe jersey that I bought in 1994 at the St. Louis Big Game, the National Pro Shop Big Game. Fun time. That was a cool event. Hot, but cool event. Yeah, this was, I won't want to say it's exclusive, but this was hard to get. You had to go to the source. And back in the days before the internet, yeah, it was quite an ordeal. So you could get them, you just had to really jump through hoops to do it. So I wanted to emulate this in a modern jersey, and I think we pretty much nailed it. So first of all, I want to show you guys this, the sleeve design itself. You can see how the black goes all the way up to the neckline. I believe that is called a raglan, I'll let that guy go, raglan sleeve. I think that's what it's called. Please correct me if I'm wrong. This isn't my forte. But almost every other kind of sleeve you run into is something called a set sleeve, which is, you can kind of see the seam right there. That's like your normal shirt. Anything that came out of the National Pro Shop had the raglan sleeve. They did Real Tree, they did Advantage, and they of course did Tiger Stripe. And they all had the raglan, which that was almost their signature, if you will. And you had your Smart Parts, your Renegade, your other cami jammies. They all had the set sleeve. So that was a fundamental difference there. But the one thing I didn't realize we had done this, but when we did the black sleeve jersey with the sport design, it emulates the raglan sleeve. So it's just one part of the old school look. That's how we did this. So that's cool. Okay, the front. A lot of people have been kind of questioning, well, why did you put your logo on the front of this thing? Well, it comes down to a design thing for me, because I'm figuring if you're buying this jersey, odds are you're probably going to actually want to play in it. And what's the point in wearing camouflage if you're just going to completely plaster it with big colorful logos? You know, I'm just saying. So, I mean, if you want to do it, there's no restrictions on what, if you want to customize it with whatever logo you want to, you can. You can do that through the custom shop at Animal. But I'll tell you how we used to do it. And again, take this down off of here. You can kind of see the embroidery right here. That's what we used to do. We used to put just a small little logo right on the front over here. And if you had patches, you would run them straight down. So it would run straight down like that. Right or left-hand side, it didn't really matter. It was just kind of personal preference at that point. So if you want to do it yourself, that's fine. I left it blank because I figured, you know, if I'm stalking out in the woods, I'd rather have some camouflage. I'm just saying on that. See, of course, on the sleeve we have the Web Dog logo on one side because, well, what's the point of, yeah, just a little bit of advertising for myself. I figure that's enough. And then on the other side, you're probably wondering, well, why are these big yellow letters over here? Again, that was kind of a throwback to the old school days, especially with the black sleeve jerseys, but a lot of the guys, the Tiger Stripe jerseys, did this too. They would put their team names down here, they would have fields that they would support, whatever, but it would be in bright yellow. And it really doesn't give up it doesn't give you up all that much. It's very easy to see, it pops out very nicely. So that's why I went with the yellow on this. Now, why factory team? One thing, because it kind of amuses me to have a Web Dog factory team when I don't actually produce anything other than video content these days. But way back in the day, factory team gear was everywhere. Everybody wanted factory team gear, to the point where I think Sandana actually made a long sleeve white t-shirt that just said factory team on the sleeve. Had their Sandana logo on the factory team. Factory team gear was almost the predecessor to what would be sponsorship now, if you will. That if you had stuff from the factory, it had mods that just were not available. It's something that one of the machinists would go, hey, yeah, we figured out this great way to do this, but it takes too much time to do it in production, so yeah, we'll just give it to the team guys. So if you ever see a factory team old autococker, I've seen a couple of those floating around every once in a while. That ain't stock. There's some custom work in there. You might not see it, but it's there. So that's why this one has factory team on it, because again, back in the old school day, that's what everybody wanted. Everybody wanted factory team gear. Also, it's kind of amusing. Okay, let's talk about the back, and I probably should take this off, because if I don't, you'll never be able to hear me from the back. Yeah, you ever tried to take off a jersey without taking off your hat? It ain't easy. Let's see here. Now on the back. Obviously, you got name and number. I'll get to that in just a second. Big Web Dog logo on the back, the big animal logo on the bottom there too. Those are going to be over your pack, so that's not going to be too much of a big deal, and you can also tuck it into your pants, and that'll be fine too. Now, as far as the name, again, bright yellow so that people actually can read it. One thing I've always kind of held is that during big games and such, having your name on the back of your jersey is very handy, so somebody's not yelling, "Hey you in the camo, shooting the A5, behind the tree." This way they can actually see your name. So very handy there. And also you'll notice that this one and on the sleeve it's kind of stencil font. I believe it's stencil 07 or stencil number 7 on the animal site. Again, that's another throwback. The first team that did, the first teams I should say, that did names on the back of their jerseys, they would quite literally go to the hardware store, buy stencils, and then spray paint names and numbers in the back of their jerseys. I believe one of the first teams to do it was the Devil Dogs, New Jersey Devil Dogs. And people are going to argue me on this one. I'm just going, I wasn't there, but I've heard a lot of people say, you know, give them some credit. A lot of teams were kind of doing it simultaneously. But like I said, what they were doing was they were taking their pullovers and they were just stenciling their names on the back of them. Because it was fast, it was easy, and it made it look more professional. Especially when you look at the old speedball stuff, and that's another story entirely. The first couple, I'm not going to go there. That's another story entirely on that. Now let's talk about the look itself, because the tiger stripe in itself is cool. But how did guys actually do this? Now I have compared this to the new Vulcan stuff, the new Vulcan tiger stripe, and it's pretty close. So if you want to go with tiger stripe pants with these, you could do that. And I'm tucking these in to show you this. I'm going to have to take a step back here. I'm going to show you the classic look. That's what I'm doing right over here. Sort of classic look. I'm going to step way back over here. You'll see it's black pants with the tiger stripe with the black sleeves. That was sort of the Neo tournament look, if you will. A lot of the tournament guys are going with this. A little more classy, a little more stylish, but it still lets you have the camouflage. Now these are all dye C7s, but you could do the same thing with any one of the new dye pants, any of the new Vulcan pants, any of the insert tournament brand here pants. You can do that, that's fine. And this is just the old school look. Black sleeve, black pant, and camouflage itself. Now as far as everything else on this goes, there is no number registry, so get the name and number you want, just be happy. There is no restrictions on anything else you want to put on it. So like I said, if you want to plaster the front with other logos or whatnot, feel free. I'm not going to stop you from that. It's your jersey. I want you guys to be happy with it. Name and number on the back, optional, obviously. If you don't want to have that on the back, that's cool too. What you want to do though, and I'm going to actually step over here so I can put this over there. What you want to do is you're going to go to the animal website, the animal paintball website, and you're going to go to the products tab. On products, you're going to click on paintball. From paintball, you're going to click on the fan shop, and then from the fan shop, you'll see the Web Dog jersey right there. Now from there, you can just order it like that, and then ask for specific names and numbers in the back, or you can use the animal. You can go to the animal page, and they have a custom jersey builder there. What you want to do with that is you can pull up the Web Dog stuff from there, and then you can just start adding logos to it, and when you go into production with it, they will just do it for you. So there you go. Okay, should be enough of that graphic. So yeah, we got the Web Dog jerseys. They are ready to roll, and I'll be playing with this throughout the entire summer. I was actually playing out in this yesterday in really hot temperatures, and it worked out pretty well. I was really pleased with it. So there you go. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I will have actual real content later on in the week, but I wanted to get the news out there that we do have Web Dog jerseys. So once again, thank you guys for your support, and I will see you guys later in the week. And for those of you aspiring filmmakers out there who want to make YouTube videos, natural light is always your best option, but this is a good clue to find out when you're out of natural light. And when you need a better camera that can actually zoom in and, focus in on things like the moon.